It's time for another good idea, bad idea. Good idea.
I recently watched a bunch of videos by a YouTuber by the name of Karina Fujio, F-U-I-J-O. I've probably butchered that name and gotten it wrong. And one of the points that she makes, and then this is like a big thing about somebody else and about this whatever drama from the big YouTubers who whatever went down. But she made a very good point. Something that's needed for YouTube that would be great, and I thought, God, this is a really, really good idea, is a watch time connected to each person's comment. How many times do you upload a video or have a video and somebody leaves like a hate comment on it and it's pretty obvious they didn't watch the video? For example, when I made that video years ago as a reply to The Amazing Atheist on that idea that somehow all sex is rape, he said, no, it's not. And I also said, no, it's not. I literally agreed with him, but I gave a different reason for taking the same position as him. But absolutely none of that was understood by the people from his videos who came over to throw insults at me, thinking that I disagreed with them. A long time ago, man, wow, I'm talking really, really a long time ago, there was a YouTuber by the name of Happy Cabby, rest in peace. He once did a thing called Hate Week, where every day for that week, he would upload one video called I Hate, and then a certain person. And in that video, he says nothing but good things about that person. Just to see how many people actually paid attention to the videos and the content that was actually in it. I mean, how often have you seen one of my videos where it's been live for 3 minutes and somebody says, oh, this video is a joke, it's completely wrong, blah, blah, blah. So the comment at 3 minutes after it's been live, and it's a 20-minute video. Oh, you know, it's physically impossible for them to have actually watched the video. And that's kind of very telling. And people leave comments like that all the time without even ever actually watching the video, and just leave hate comments because people are dumb. People are hate-filled, tied to their tribe, tied to their preconceived notion of what something is. But what if, and this Karina person goes into huge detail how that influences people. They just see it and think, oh, that's true. You remember when I had that debate with the serfs where they said, China's not socialist? And I said, I agree. Okay, so let's move on to this whole you being transphobic thing, which isn't actually true, but so there really was no intention to have a debate on China whatsoever. It was just a ridiculous ploy to try to push petty drama because that's what liberals do. But then if you go to his videos, you see he says, rage quit after 5 minutes. I didn't rage quit. There was nothing to debate. We had agreed essentially from the beginning, and he just wanted to push petty drama. Well, people will see that and think it's true. And even in my response, where I say, you know, there wasn't even any debate. You immediately changed the subject to something else to try to push some kind of drama for your channel because, God help you, that's the only way someone will watch it, with that sickeningly liberal stance on it. And we're not going to go into a lot of the other problems that BreadTube is having with some of its members and things that they've done. You know who you are. But that's the thing. They just see it and assume that it's true. They just read the comments and say, oh, okay, yeah, he's right, that's what he said, when none of it was true whatsoever. And this is by no means isolated to me. This is isolated to, well, everyone, if you want to call that isolated, which I wouldn't, because I used the wrong word. And that's what we're dealing with. People don't pay attention. Well, what if there was a little thing next to someone's comment that said how much of the video they had watched before they had said that. Like when somebody attacks you for something that you say in the video, but you actually agree with them, but you deal with it at a later time, particularly with videos that are very long. One person I've seen get railed for this is Finball, because when he does these academic videos, they're usually pretty long because he goes into a lot of detail and does a lot of academic work on it. And then end up, Dum Dum doesn't watch the video and just assumes that he's contradicting himself when Finball hasn't even gotten to that part yet. So I think that would be a great idea. So if you go to a video and you see nobody cares what you think, you're an idiot yourself, and you see it says 5 seconds of watch time, well, you know that person is an idiot and literally has no idea what they're doing. I think that would be a great idea. That would be absolutely tremendous, and it would make people... It would let you see exactly how committed the person was to even understanding the subject, or even knowing even the first thing about it, or even just watching the goddamn video. So I would wholly support something like that. Put the amount of watch time on someone's comment, and you're going to understand exactly how stupid, how full of shit, how, for the lack of a better term, tribalist people are when it comes to these things, and that they had never had any intention of looking at anything honestly, understanding what it is, and then critiquing it. So it's kind of like Twitter. So I would support that. That's a great idea. Put a time watched of the video, of how much of the video they've watched before they've commented. That is a great idea.
Bad idea.
YouTube wants to find a way to shore up advertising revenue because basically everybody uses an ad blocker because nobody wants to see ads. And you can make a whole big argument out of that, etc. But here's the thing YouTube wants to do. They want to start making it so that if you have an ad blocker on, there's no playback on the video. And they can do that because I've seen other sites that have that. If you have an ad block, you can't even view the page. So forget watching a video if you have ad block on. And the thing is, they're talking about, and they are currently testing right now, a 3-strike system. So if you have ad block on, when you try to watch a video and they detect it 3 times, they're talking like maybe a permanent ban. You'll never be able to watch YouTube again. And if you have a channel and you can't access that channel, well, guess how that makes you? See, that's a bad idea. And this is something that's going to blow up in YouTube's face. I mean, I could literally just go by the fact that most ideas that YouTube has had since being bought by Google have blown up in their face, period. Like forcing you to connect your YouTube account to a Google Plus account that nobody used, which I even saw on an RT show, the average amount of time spent per view of Google Plus was 5 seconds, which is enough to realize, oh shit, I didn't mean to click on that. Click off. Lee Camp, Redacted Tonight. That's who I saw it from. Now, this idea is creating a great paradox. There is no service without money. And there's no money without ads. What are you going to do? You have to watch the ads. There has to be ads there to make money for the service to be there. But nobody wants to. But nobody wants to watch the ads. Nobody cares. And in fact, you saw that meme going around that if I see your product in an ad that's interrupting my YouTube video, it's not going to make me want to buy it. It's going to make me want to hate it. And yeah, that's a pretty easy way to make people hate you, is to create a small inconvenience for first world people. But isn't that the great paradox here? The system the service in capitalism cannot exist without doing the very thing that is most antagonistic to its existence and is the most annoying, well, for many people, would be the most annoying part of that service. So in my personal opinion, this kind of force you to have ads thing is going to blow up in their face. Because I guarantee you there's going to be not one, not two, but several million people who accidentally get a third strike. Like literally just by accident. Like they would have turned it off for YouTube, but they forgot. And they're going to get permanently banned. I don't know where this feature... Sorry, I just thought the feature, it's not a feature, it's a bug. Kind of reverse meme thing there. Is being tested. Because YouTube isn't telling us, because then we would go there and F with it. That's a bad idea. Not effing with it, that's a good idea, but the idea of this in general is a bad idea. Because it's going to blow up in their face. I don't think it's going to work. Because, you know, if anybody's hard up for money, it's Google, right? Because they're starving, that the poor capitalists can barely get by these days. Thank you for watching. If you like this program, then please head over to my Patreon page and set up a monthly donation. It's your donations that keep this program running. Also, if you would like, please rate, comment, subscribe, and share in various social media.